everyone, and welcome to All Things Fantasy, where we talk about books, games, and films about all things, well, fantasy. I'm Matt, and tonight we are playing some Chaosium's Pendragon 6th edition. We are currently making our way through the Grand Pendragon campaign, which is a span of about 80 or so years in the life of King Uther, and just a little bit before. And I'm joined by these amazing group of people. Whoops, forgot to do a thing. I'm just going to quickly fix that. I forgot to do a thing. I'm joined by these amazing group of people as we play Pendragon. Say hello, everyone.
Hey.
You said the wrong word. You should have said hello. We're doomed! Doomed, I tell you! No, it's fine. We're good.
Hell, how long did it even existed back then?
How are we going tonight? We're having fun?
Yep.
A bit tired from yesterday.
No, that's alright. Well, we can have a chat about that in a minute. But before we go to our players, I want to have a chat with our lovely audience members. Hello, my friends. Welcome to tonight's game. I'd like you to participate in a variety of ways because I like the idea of you actively engaging with the thing and playing along with us. So the easiest thing you can do is pick a number from 1 to 51 and I'll draw out a plot twist card. These can either help or hinder the party. And I am bound to play it sometime during tonight's game. So yes, please pick a number from 1 to 51 and I will take out a plot twist card. A couple of also things you can do is some donations. For $5 dues, you can buy a hero point. These are the yellow tokens in the corner of everyone's screen. These hero points allow the party to do some pretty incredible things. It gives a +10 bonus on their DCs. It also allows them to do something really cool, which I'm really excited about. Alternatively, for the same price, you can also buy me a Jinx point, which allows the enemy to do some really cool stuff or something weird to happen. So that's also a lot of fun. For $10, you can buy critical success. This allows the party the player to just give a critical success. It's a critical success in Pendragon is not a nat 20, but is in fact the DC of their skill. For example, if someone's swinging a sword, yes. If someone swings a sword around, they are swinging it at a 13 or under to hit. A critical success is they rolled a nat 13, which means they get like a massive bonus boost on their damage or whatever other skill they're trying to do. Yeah, you got there in the end. I had to do it from memory. For $20, you can award a hero a divine healing. In this game, it allows them to heal themselves from a variety of wounds, because wounds in Pendragon can be quite fatal. And last but not least, for $30, you are able to give a player of your choice a magic item, or a item that gives a bonus. Sorry, it's good tea. So yes, those are all the donates. Those are all the bonuses you can give to the party. And let us head on over to the party themselves. We're going to start off with Sandpiper, who plays the character of Dame Serena. How are you going tonight, Sandpiper?
Very good, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Dame Serena.
Dame Serena is one of those individuals who likes to assess the situation before charging headlong into a fight.
Yes.
She's good with a bow.
Well, that's good. And what's Dame Serena's thoughts about what's happening at this point in time?
Well, we're marching towards a battle with the Saxons.
Yep. So how's Serena feel about this? This is Serena's first major battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
How does she feel?
Probably some nerves. Probably a slight bit concerned of something that was mentioned whilst in the capital.
Yeah.
but she's confident that her her peers and herself will plan around the flaws in the plan.
Oh, okay. Next, we are also joined tonight by Catterson, who is playing Sir Nigel. How you going tonight, Catterson?
I'm not gonna lie, my mind's a little scattered, so I'm sorry if I stutter even more than normal.
That's alright. We'll have fun regardless, my friend.
I actually have a question before just describing Nigel. Is the whole $20 donation basically us paying the church to forgive our sins?
No. It is your deity looks kindly upon you, and you feel a renewed vigor through your muscles as you feel impassioned by your deity, whether Christian or pagan.
Yeah, no, I bet that's the special discretion. That's just a headcanon in my head I'm still gonna keep. Anyway, Sir Nigel is a little, like me, is a little all over the place. He is very paranoid, which actually has been leading him to being a little bit of a suck-up because he doesn't want other people hating him.
Yep.
That's basically the plan is. Sir Nigel that much prefers fighting at close quarters.
Yep.
Rather than fighting at a distance.
Yep. And that's good. And how does Sir Nigel feel about going into his first major battle?
Honestly, he's just praying to God that there's no massive fire outbreaks.
Well, unfortunately, I cannot promise that.
I'm aware of that.
And last on our group of Knights of Salisbury, we have Dame Eleanor. Unfortunately, Turquoise, who usually plays Eleanor, is unable to make it tonight, so we're going to send them all the birds and well wishes regardless. Alright, where were we? Ah, yes, of course. You have just finished at the King's Court at Leicester, up here, where King Uther himself, who is this individual, when I can get him up, where'd you go? That's not King Uther. Where'd you go? King. You know, you'd think, there we are. This individual, King Uther, your lord and king of Logres. He has mustered all his earls that arrived to his court, including your Earl Roderick. He has amassed an army, and he plans to march on the Saxons to the south, as last year, or the year before, they have taken the areas of Sussex and I can't see that other one. Sussex and Kent. They have taken those two domains for themselves. And Uther, oh boy, Uther does not like that at all. So he's mustering an army in order to take those two back. His goal is to march along the King's Road past Salisbury and head south to meet the Saxon army at a place called Mearcred, a small village just within Sussex. That is the plan. And after being told of the mustering, your Earl Roderick, quickly gathers his household and begins the trek back to Sarum, where he can gather and prepare for the king's return, for the king's appearance. Now, as we're traveling back, I'm not going to roll any encounters. Instead, I'll allow you the opportunity to have a chat with Sir Amig, your mentor, he who has trained you in the ways of being a knight. As you're plodding along the cobblestone track, the cobblestone road, or the King's Road, Amic has gathered all the new knights in one area, at the back of the carriage train. You're not nervous much, are you? He says to the group of you. Theodred shakes his head. No, sir. This is what we've been training for. I'm looking forward to spill some Saxon blood.
Honestly, I just find the timing impeccable. We're knighted right before the brink of war.
Well, young knight, I fear we were already at war. The Saxon raiders were coming into Salisbury itself. It was only a matter of time before the king gathered up his army.
True enough.
But you're right. Maybe they all had some form of knowledge that we do not, and had to gather a group of knights together quickly. I'm sure once we get back to Sarum, there'll be a mass knighting.
Yeah. Probably an idea to keep an eye out for any more such engagements where the flanking attack is actually the main attack.
Well, that's a plan that we're going to organize later on, I'm afraid. Once we get back to Sarum, we can spend time planning the attack.
Okay.
But usually, Lord Roderick is usually in the center with Uther's men. He's very loyal to the Pendragon. And so should we. He is our king, of course.
Yeah, agreed.
But he gives you a smile. A counterattack is something that we should be aware of. Thank you. I'll make sure it is brought up.
After all, we're not fighting Pharaoh Knights. We're fighting more with those with more savage nature.
Oh, yes, you're absolutely right.
We must be prepared for underhanded tactics.
Yes, you're exactly right, Amic continues. Don't expect to be taken for captive. Saxons will kill you. They're not like knights of this place. They're not going to capture you and sell you for ransom. No. If you're going to battle against the Saxons, you should be prepared to die. But dying for your earl and dying for your country, there are worse ways to go for us, isn't there?
True.
And you never know, that Volgar
pay
might be
them
in there as well.
Yeah. I'm happy to pay him the same mercy.
Slow down, Lady Knight. You forget, I'm the one who owes him the cut. Well, at least the first one.
It depends on whose blade he finds first.
Oh, is that so? He gives you a smile. There's a small twinkle in his eye. How about a wager then?
Depends on what the wager is.
Well, I know you're a household knight. You don't have much wealth. However, if we go on to this battle and you manage to find Wolfgar first and cut him first before I do, how about this? I will give you a whole pound.
And if you succeed in cutting him first?
Oh, well, if I succeed in cutting him first, Hmm. Every elk you hunt down for the next year, I shall get first pick.
Sounds good.
He holds out a gauntleted hand.
Yep. Serena hands hers over and shakes on it.
Huzzah! Wonderful. It has been decided.
Yep.
He smiles and laughs and winks at you regardless.
Yeah.
Make sure you write that down.
Yeah. Yep, don't worry, I am.
Wonderful. Alright. The trip back to Sarum goes a lot quicker than the trip coming back. Coming back. So the trip coming back is a lot quicker than the trip moving up. In record time, you appear back at Sarum.
It's amazing how much a pack of sheep makes a difference in travel.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Warren welcomes his uncle back into the city gates. And the council of Earl Roderick adjourn inside the fort, leaving you knights a little bit of free time around the city. You believe you're going to have 1 to 2 days, perhaps 2 to 3 days of leisure before you're called to service. Is there anything you wish to do during this period of time?
I guess I go up to Sir Rowan and ask how was it like acting as a regent?
Sir Warren gives you a smile. Oh, it feels like I was born to do it, my friend.
I mean, isn't that true?
Yes, you're right. If the way this keeps going, and the Earl does not conceive a son, well, I guess I'll be the next Earl of Salisbury. Which, hopefully, will be the case. But don't you fret. I'll also be joining you on the field. There is a lot of glory to be found. And hopefully, I might be able to get my name a bit out there.
Would you believe there's actually there's a bit of a bet of striking the chief first going around?
Oh, really? Who was the bet between?
Sir Aaron and Dame Serena.
Sir Amix gave Serena a trial, did he? Well, maybe that old coot would kick the bucket in this battle. We have need for new knights, not these aged, old charlatans.
Well, let's hope he's at least around for a few more years to help with strategy, at least.
Maybe. In any case, no matter how much Serena will try, the old croot would still outstrike her. I tell you what, most of these new knights have no skill. I'm even surprised they let Theodred through the door.
So Ammon honestly thinks a few more is going to slip through the door.
Yes, yes. But you know what they say about arrow fodder? Oh, you don't? Well, that's okay. Arrow fodder. Well, if there's always someone else to take the arrow for me. You see, we can't have someone important like the heir apparent of Salisbury to get struck down in their first battle, you know. That would be disastrous for the entire earldom, wouldn't it?
I've always known part of my duty is to be your meat shield.
Well, that's why we have Theodred, my friend. He would make a very adequate meat shield.
Well, at the very least, the Saxon should notice his ego.
Come, why don't we go take this conversation to the thin deer?
Yeah, sure.
He pats you on the shoulder. You get out of your traveling kit and get into something a bit more festive, and the two of you head over to the best tavern in the city, the Thin Deer. As you're there, can you please roll me a indulgent, please?
So it must be indulgent.
We start with indulgent.
Fair enough. I suppose he is acting a bit in that way. Let's see. Indulgent. That's a success.
Wonderful. You spend time eating and drinking with your friend Warren. You're not sure if this is going to be the last time you do so you have a very good night regardless. Dame Serena, what are you up to?
What's Sir Amic up to anyway?
Sir Amic has been summoned to the council as he is a member of Earl Roderick's council.
Okay. Okay, then is there anyone training anyone?
Probably. Yes, there is, you see Theodred. Theodred seems to be taking a group of, young squires through a training exercise.
She's going to assist with that.
Oh, wonderful. Alright. The main defensive position of your weapon should be on either side, so I don't want to see anything fancy. I don't want to see any... No quick stick work. Jonathan! That means you turn your stick left and right, like so. As if you're washing one of the stained glass windows at the church. The young kid nods quickly, and then instead of fleeing the practice stuff, he begins to do it correctly. Theodred shakes his head, but there's a small smile upon his face as he does so. Oh, Dame Serena.
Hey, see you're teaching them to what's part of the blade to use on the Saxons?
No, these ones are a bit too young to be knighted this time round. And besides, they looked like they were... You should have seen them before I got here. They were waving their sticks around. I mean, that's what happens when you don't supervise squares, huh? This one though, Jonathan, he points over at the kid who's trying very hard to make sure he's blocking left and right. No, not that far, Jonathan. Just past your body. There you go. Kids.
Well, what I've heard Amic say, bad habits are usually self-taught.
You're right. Hey, why don't you help Jonathan for a bit? He seems to be really struggling.
Yeah, sure. My pleasure. And Serena's going to walk over to Jonathan and give assistance.
Wonderful. As you're teaching him, okay, you learn a little bit about him. He is the youngest son of a noble family. And he's only just started his squireship. He's only 14. This is his first month within Sarum.
Yep.
So this is very much a entry level group.
Yeah.
Dame Serena, is this how you do it? He swings the stick left and right. However, you see as you get closer, the stick seems to be angled towards his head.
Jonathan, just allow me, and Serena's just going to help adjust his grip and the angle of the sword.
Now, letting you know, right? As a knight, you can pull rank on these squires. So if you tell a squire to jump, they are expected to be asking how high as they are jumping.
Yep. Serena's just doing the start off polite, and then if they start being an issue, then start being a bit more forceful.
All right. If that's the case.
Yep. So. Yep. Yeah. So hold it like that, and try and swing it at this height.
Jonathan does so. You see that he has some great potential behind him. He does have a rather powerful swing, if unrefined.
Serena's going to compliment him on it. Good, powerful swing, just needs a bit more refinement to it.
He nods.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dame Squire. Thank you, Dame Serena. He gives you a full. Yeah. He gives you a full bow.
Yeah. Serena gives a full bow in return.
Wonderful. Even though you probably shouldn't be treating the squire like an equal.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if I'm assuming you've met Sir Amic.
Yeah, Sir Amic. He's our instructor at the moment. He said that we were going to get paired up with Knight soon.
Yeah. Well, the part that he told me about is with good sword technique, it's more. A lot of it is more drilling yourself in it to the point of you do it instinctively.
So I should be doing this 100 times, should I?
I've had probably more than 100 times, but don't wear yourself out. And probably every so often, just make sure that you have a good swing on with the blade.
Jonathan nods. Thank you, Dame Serena. You turn over to see how Theodore... Sorry?
Yeah. But also saying that don't neglect your other skills as well.
Oh, yes, of course. Apparently I got some courtesy lessons to do. Apparently I'll be serving on the at the feast later today.
Yeah, very good. And I can test from experience that the dagger has actually saved my life a few times.
So we should be working on dagger skills too, sir. Too, lady.
Work on them, but your main focus, being a knight in training, is your sword.
He nods, a rather determined expression upon his face.
Yeah. But also saying that don't neglect your courtesy, because
He nods, and he thanks you. You look over to see how Theodred's doing with the other squire. Dodge! Bang! Ow! Why did you dodge? I can't dodge it. Stop crying. Dodge! Ah! Bang! Ow! He seems to be sparring with another squire.
Yep.
All right. Time passes quickly. As you are at the Thin Deer, and as that well, huh? Time passes quickly. As you spend the time training or enjoying yourself. In the morning, all the knights have been called into the center of Sarum, into the Earl's Hall. You see a large collection of knights. You actually see all the knights within the Earl's employ within this area. In fact, Nigel, your father, Sir Tobias, is currently part of this gathering as well. Same with your mother, Serena, Maria of Hazelwood.
Yep.
They're all dressed in their armor, and they all carry their arms. As they see you, they nod and smile at you reassuringly. However, you do notice that Theodred's family is not here. Meanwhile, Eleanor's family, Eleanor's father, I believe, is also in this room. Basically, every fighting knight is here in the hall. At the top high table, Earl Roderick sits, his hand resting on his temple as he looks around the hall. My dear knights, he begins. We've been called by our king to march south. I am taking everyone. Every third person, however, is remaining here as garrison in case we fall. I want you to bring your footmen, your men-at-arms, and a small levy. For those who have manors and estates, bring them to this battle. We are meeting the Saxon army to the south at a place called Mearcred Creek. That is where we'll wage war. Our goal is to stay close to King Uther. We will be in the center of his force and will probably make up the bulk of it. We'll be punching through the center of the army. Our new knights will be under the watchful eye of Sir Amic here. You'll be in... he looks directly at the group of you guys, at your group. You'll be part of Sir Amic's convoy, and you'll be camping with him, and he'll be ordering you. He'll be your commanding officer. Agree?
Yes, my lord.
Yep.
On that note, I'd like to welcome squires who will be knighted on this day. He turns, and you see there's about 20 to 30 squires. Not all of them are at the age to be knighted. Some of them are younger than others. But they all tapped on the shoulder of the sword, slapped across the face, given their spurs and their weapon. Now, We have a couple of days before King Uther's army gets to us. I want us ready to go and march alongside. This is what we trained for, my knights. We are to protect the land and to stop these Saxon invaders from taking any more of it. For Logris, you are dismissed. He leaves the high table. A small, starting off as a small whisper, it begins louder and louder as the knights begin to talk to one another and congratulate the 20 or so new knights that had just been knighted. As you're in this room filled with all these knights, is there anyone in particular you wish to talk to?
Well, I suppose I would go up to talk to my dad.
So Nigel, as you go up to your dad, Sir Tobias the Burned, so named because of the very extensive burn marks on the side of his face from an old war injury. Son.
Light collection. He actually received that before becoming a squire.
Oh, okay.
It was in the same fire that killed his mother.
In any case, he looks down at you, his face grim. Son, see, you've done pretty well for yourself. You doing alright? You feeling okay?
A little bit scared, but this is what we trained for. I just hope to not let my lord Rowan and you down.
Just do what you can. Charge into the fray and do not let up. You remember our family's motto, yes?
Even when burn, fight to contain the fire.
He nods. Good boy. Good lad. I'll be do not worry about me. I'll be riding with Roderick. Stay alive if you can. Yeah?
I'll try my best.
Do you have some time for dinner?
Yeah, I should.
You two walk off, and you tell him about the recent trip to the King's Court and everything you've learned. He shows surprise that you managed to meet Sir Maddock. Meanwhile, sorry?
I was just about to say it was just pure coincidence, really.
Yeah. Meanwhile, was there anyone you wanted to talk to Dame Serena?
Serena's going to actually talk to her mother.
You see the stern expression of your mother. She seems to be talking with another group of knights. Yes. That should be taken care of. You hear the sound of chinkling coin as she passes a small pouch over. Should that be enough? Good. Well, hopefully I'll see you after the battle. Oh, Serena. It's good to see you here.
Likewise.
So you're going
So
to
how's things?
Sorry?
So how's things been?
Oh, you know how they're going. The matter's holding up pretty well. We're actually making quite a bit of money nowadays. Searching for your brothers,
hear.
though, have been a bit of a pain. We still haven't heard any word from them. As you can see, I'm starting to hire other families to see if they can go into the woods as well.
Yeah. Hopefully we find him soon.
However, our crops have been surprisingly decent. Which is an odd case. In any case, hopefully after this battle we can get into looking for them.
Yeah.
They've been gone far too long.
Agreed.
So, tell me about everything. She takes you over to a small table, and you spend time talking about the defense of Haybrook and how you become knighted and the recent trip to the King's Court in Leicester. You see Eleanor talking with her family as well. But Sir Theodred stands apart, alone. He watches all the knights, and he leaves the hall. The next couple of days are a blur of training, preparation, and getting everything ready. You have spent some time training under Sir Amig, learning to fight together as a group to prepare you for the upcoming battle. You have been given training in group tactics and have been fitted with arms and armor. You have each also been given a crest by your family to show a small crest, one that's painted in the corner of your shields. But for the most part, you still don the colours of the Earl of Salisbury, blue and yellow. Coming from the walls, a trumpet can be heard. King Uther can be seen. King Uther's army can be seen. Let's head back to the map, shall we? The green is King Uther. He has finally arrived to Sarum, travelling in quick speed, in fact. His army is quite large. You all get into your units, your cornrows, and prepare to leave. Is there anything you wish to do in Sarum before you head off? Possibly for the last time.
I guess
See.
Sorry, you go first.
Serena's going to see if she can acquire a bow and some arrows.
Yeah, that's not too difficult. You go to the Fletcher and you can acquire some arrows relatively easily, as well as an old bow. Where are you? Here you are. The bow is good enough for hunting, but you are aware that if you are caught using it in a land battle, other knights would look at you, look down upon you, as bows in combat are not a knightly weapon. Now,
just in case thing.
Hunter gives you a self bow with some arrows to go with it.
Yep.
I reach into my satchel to pull out my medallion, closing onto it. I hold it up and just whisper to it, whatever it takes to protect everyone.
Wonderful.
Before putting it back in my satchel.
Theodra, Eleanor, Dame Eleanor does something similar. She has her own ritual, and except for Sir Theodred, he does not have a ritual, but his face is grim as he rides slightly behind Sir Amig. Now, you travel through, make your way crossing the Avon River, going through Winchester, passing Hatton. The army grows larger and larger until at last you reach Mearcred Creek. Now, letting you guys know, battles are quite serious things. Very dangerous things. You're very likely to lose your character in this thing. Let us hope that's not the case. You're currently facing a warlord by the name of AElle. His army is the one that reaches you. You find yourselves on opposite sides of a dried up creek. The enemy's forces are slightly less than yours. And your forces, for the most part, are mounted. As you get there, you're going to spend the day setting up defenses along the creek surface here, along this area here, creating a defensive platform. You set up your camp near the center of the of Uther's army. Sir Amig makes his way up to you. Now, here we are. I don't think we're going to go into battle just yet, and I don't think the enemy forces are well ready either. Do either of you know how a battle takes place? Should I take that resounding silence as a no? No. Of course, this is your first battle. How silly of me. What they're going to do is they're going to try to send some skirmishers out to try and probe us, to see if we have any weaknesses. And of course, we want to do the same. So, you are going to have a very important job, my dear young knights. If you see anything suspicious, I want you to take it out immediately. I want you to keep an eye from anything coming from the shadows.
As Sir Nigel hears this, he starts actively eyeing bushes around him.
Good. I'll call you when we're prepared to charge. For now, I want you to spend some time around camp, getting to know where you are, and seeing if there's anything suspicious. If you see anyone acting suspicious, question them. If you feel like they are a threat, bring them back to me. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Understood. We'll take no chances.
That's what I like to hear. Work in pairs. Theodred, Eleanor, I want you to work off together. Nigel, Serena, you do the same. Warren, you'll be with me. At that, you will split up. Now, there are a couple of places that you can explore in this area. You can explore the center camp, which is where King Uther, Earl Roderick, and you have been set up to camp in the center of the army. Along the outsides, you have various other earls and people of importance, going from more important to least important as the camp expands out. Each camp has a mess, a gathering area, and a variety of tents. It is very militarized. Did you wish to explore within the center camp?
It would not be too wise for us to go away from the center because we don't want to make ourselves look suspicious.
No, that is the case. So you're going to explore the center camp, looking for traitors or anything else that seems suspicious.
Perhaps maybe explore the edge of the center camp. Looking for anyone who's not supposed to be where they are.
Wonderful.
Or at least seems out of place.
Okay. As you begin exploring and circulating around the perimeter, I want the both of you to roll me an awareness check.
That's a success on my end.
Wonderful.
No success on my end.
Nigel, as you're walking around the perimeter, there appears to be a young girl who seems to be darting to and fro. She's dressed in the livery of Earl Roderick, yet you've never seen her before. She looks to be around 14, 15 years old.
I guess I walk up to her. I know we have some younger knights among us, but not at the beginning of a squire.
Oh, you're Sir Nigel.
Mm-hmm.
She gives a deep bow. I'm sorry to get in your way, sir. I apologize, please. I'm sorry.
It's weird for you to be darting around here.
Yes. I've been regulated to. I've been ordered to carry messages around the place. See, she holds up several letters, several sealed letters. You recognize the seal of King Uther. You recognize the seal of Earl Roderick. And there's an unfamiliar seal that you're not sure about. Roll me a recognize check.
Is Serena close enough to see this?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's a fail. I cannot recognize the seal.
That's all right.
So, you say you're a messenger?
Yes, sir. You're Dame Serena. I heard you got knocked out during the defense of Haybrook.
You seem knowledgeable.
Sorry?
You seem knowledgeable of who we are.
Yes. Well, you guys are kind of like heroes to some of us. In battle, before even being knighted, it's something not that doesn't occur often.
If you're so knowledgeable about who you are, you should be fully aware. I do not trust it easily. I do apologize for this, but I am going to request for me just to check in with Sir and about you. if you are legit, you should not should be feared, should be willing to come along quietly. I am sorry for taking up your time.
Well, these letters are urgent. I was told by the king himself. Well, not the king, but his son. To get these delivered as quick as possible.
Then you would
Well,
like to see us, Sir Amic, as soon as possible. Then,
it's kind of a. I'm sorry, but this is kind of a thing. I was told not to stop for anyone.
Well, you kind of already broke that.
Yeah, I feel really bad about that. So I kind of have to go.
And we have been told to stop anyone suspicious.
Me? Suspicious?
No offense, but you kind of are. How about this? So, Dame Serena, you go along with her just to keep an eye on her as she delivers her letters. If she seems to, then we can take her to Sanan afterwards, hopefully. I'll stay on the prowl. Is that agreeable to the both of you?
Yeah, that should be fine. Yes, of course. Well, I have to go out to the outer ways. If you can follow me, please. And she darts off in a rather quick manner.
Serena's going to keep pace with her.
Okay.
Muttering under a voice of about preferring to have taken her to Sir Amic to actually find out who she actually is.
No, that's absolutely fair. She seems to slide in and out of crowds quite easily. You, not so much. Because of your size and her size, she's able to slip through crowds relatively easily. It's actually a little bit difficult to keep up with her. Could you perhaps roll me a... what's an equivalent skill that I want to use? An energetic, please. As you try to keep up with her, as she slides to and through the mass of people setting up camp.
Yep, so energetic.
Yes, please.
What's that under?
Traits.
Under traits, yeah. That's a success.
Wonderful. You do manage to keep up with her. Her first letter she delivers off to an earl. You're not familiar who. She then darts off to a different direction. Once again, another energetic, please.
Yep. That's a success.
Wonderful. She makes her way to what appears to be the front lines and hands off something to a knight. And the last one, she darts off once again.
That's still a success.
Wonderful. This time she hands it to a rather curious individual. She doesn't hand it to a noble or a knight, but she hands the letter to a levyman. The levyman covered in scars, right? He nods to the girl. He looks up at you and quickly turns, as if he didn't receive anything.
Sir, I'm going to have to speak with you for a moment.
He looks back and then he starts to run.
Stop that man! And she's charging after him with a sword drawn.
Wonderful. You draw your sword! There's a collective... as the crowd suddenly throngs to try to see what's happening and to stop the man. Now, I'm going to need your last energetic as you try to keep up with this person.
That's a fail.
Unfortunate. He does
You're
manage
not
to
spending
slip
your own
away,
points.
but you see someone coming from the side. Sir Nigel
Okay.
comes out with an outstretched arm. Roll me a brawling check, Sir Nigel.
Brawling?
Brawling,
Just-
please.
Okay, just straight brawling.
What'd you do?
It didn't. Damn it! I swear I put something in, but it didn't actually go.
Yeah, it says pending at the on my end.
Yeah, just
Oh, there
roll
it
me a
is.
brawling.
Oh, right. Sorry. And both of those were passes, by the way. Just rolled a second time since it said it does say 15 on my end.
Alright, wonderful. Sir Nigel comes out with a clothesline, knocking the levyman to the ground. You quickly catch up and grapple the poor man. I didn't do nothing! I didn't do nothing, he says, as he tries to wiggle out of your grasp.
Then you wouldn't mind us looking at the letter you just received.
What letter?
I'm going to need a better answer than that.
You can go through his clothing and grab the letter if you like.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm supposed she's doing this while I'm keeping him pinned.
Yep, absolutely. You see the seal. Roll me a recognize check.
Yep. Okay. Roll. Nope.
Nope, you do not recognize it. But it looks like... What it looks like to be a serpent of some kind on a green background. So the wax is green, and the seal seems to be that of a serpent. You break the seal and begin to read.
Actually, she's not going to break the seal. She'd be probably taking both to hit this levyman as the letter to Sir Amic.
Okay. What about the girl?
Is she still in sight?
Yeah, she is. She seems shocked.
Serena's going to walk over to her.
What?
With the letter.
What happened?
At the moment, you're not in trouble. Just need for you to answer a few questions.
Yeah, of course.
Who gave you this letter?
Sir Maddox gave me the letters.
And did he say why to give you this one to this levyman?
No, he just told me to deliver them as soon as possible. The person I was supposed to give that last letter would be wearing an orange scarf. You turn to the person you have currently in a grapple. He is in fact wearing an orange scarf.
Yeah, thank you. I'll still need you to come with me just to answer any of Amic's questions.
Yeah, of course.
Questions.
Of course. You're maintaining the grapple on this guy, Nigel?
Yeah, I'm guessing another brawling check.
Nah, that's fine. A small crowd kind of watches as you pick this guy up, and you literally, as you just about drag him back into the center camp. You get quite a lot of looks as you do so, but you're able to pass them off as, nope, sorry, don't worry, this is Earl's business. Messenger of Earl Roderick, you know. And you manage to get to the center. Sir Amig, you make your way up to Sir Amig's tent, and Sir Amig is there sharpening his sword, and he looks at you. Mary? What are you doing here? In the company of... Who do you got slung over your shoulder, Sir Nigel?
Well, honestly, we're not too sure, sir. It's... Would you be willing to clarify this for us? I say to the layering man.
I didn't do nothing! Nothing! I didn't do... You drop him on the ground and he looks at Sir Amig. Shit.
Why did you bolt when I was inquiring about your behaviour and receival of this letter?
He looks around at the three of you. Not saying nothing. I answer to the prince, not to you. Well, Amig says, this can be cleared up quite quickly then. Hold him here. Marry with me. We'll go sort this out, shall we? He takes the young squire, and he turns around and heads into the center camp, where Uther and his main council reside. Without too long, Amig comes back with Sir Maddock. Sir Maddock, recognizing you, smiles, and then looks down at the Levyman and frowns. What'd you bring me? He says. What'd you bring me?
A suspicious individual.
Of course he's suspicious.
Now claims he only answers to you.
Yeah, that's true. Let him go. Marcus Aurelius, what are you doing? Marcus Azilius, what are you doing here? He kind of shrugs you off and stands up. My lord. He gives a very deep bow to Sir Maddock. I thought we left you in Londinium. What are you doing here? You have a job to do. My lord, I am doing my job. There's a plot against you, my lord. A plot? Yes, sir. A plot. I got intel that there's a price in your head in this battle. That people will be going. That the Saxons will be going for you, particular. They're hoping to crush Uther, and you, of course, sir. Maddock rubs his eyes. Oh, there's always a plot. Always. He turns to the two of you. I'm sorry, he didn't cause too much trouble, did he?
Not a great deal. They've drawn a crowd.
Can't take you anyway, Marcus. Alright, I'll take care of this. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
Take it. This is one of your letters.
Yes, that is from me.
Yep. Serena hands it to the prince.
Who hands it to the Levyman? Well, at least we know that someone's keeping an eye on anything suspicious in camp. He gives a chortle. Go back to what you're doing, Marcus. He bows. Yes, sir, of course. And he rushes off. Maddock looks at the two of you. You see dark circles under his eyes. Carry on. He turns and leaves back towards the center.
Is it me, or does he look like he was stressed?
Indeed. He has a lot more riding on this than us. For us, we're fighting for our Lord, our King, and our lives. For him, he's doing all the same, but cementing himself as a worthy candidate later on.
Hmm.
All right, the two of you. Sorry, continue.
Yep. And this plot.
Well, you did very well. So Amig begins. You did very well, in fact. Now I have a couple of squires hanging around. And I know you've already met a couple of them. And I was going to assign them to you anyway. No better time than the present, hey?
True.
Indeed.
Serena, I heard you already met our young friend Jonathan.
Yeah.
He'll be
Potential
looking
for a good swordsman there.
Well, he'll also be looking after your equipment. So, Nigel? Mary will be looking after yours.
Of course.
Teach them what you can. Don't put them into too unnecessary danger. They'll be left here at camp during the actual battle, though. We don't want them getting into trouble out there on the field, do we?
Of course not.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations. You have been given your first squire. For you, Serena, Jonathan. So if you go to your character sheet,
Yep.
go to your squires,
Yep.
press that plus sign. Their name is Jonathan. Yep. Their age is 14. And you do the same, Sir Nigel.
Yep.
Except your squire is Mary.
Yep. I'm guessing also 14?
Yes, exactly.
And I'm pretty sure I've misspelled that.
How'd you spell it?
Just checking in there.
Jonathan? No, that should be fine. That'll be alright.
I just got some other spelling here as well.
That's okay. Whichever the way you want to spell it is the way it is spelled. Remember, English is a mixed match of different languages at the moment, and a lot of the things are spelt phonetically.
Yep.
Yeah, this is before the age
yeah,
of...
Yeah.
It's before the age of single-line spelling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And the English language evolved because of spelling errors.
Yeah, exactly.
Half the time.
All right. Yes, it is good to see you, Laura. And also, let's take a pause and do a massive thank you and shout out to the incredibly talented Laura Bones for subscribing with us for 43 months. That is an amazing amount of time. Laura's perhaps one of my oldest. I think she was actually my first subscriber. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, Laura. Thank you.
That is more than 3 years.
That is more than 3 years. Absolutely. Which means I've probably been streaming for what? 4 years? 3.5? Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I meant the amount of months is more than 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, Laura, I think, is one of my first subscribers. So, go make sure you check out the Laura Bones channel. I've seen her do a bunch of cool stuff on how to be a great GM. So, make sure you head on over to her channel, check out her Discord, and follow her on all the things. Alright. Now comes the time, the opportunity, the thing that everyone has gathered for. The battle. Now, this battle is going to be a 5-round battle. You have your notables over here on this side. On our side, on Team Pendragon, we have Uther Pendragon leading the force. Earl Roderick, Sir Madoc, and Sir Amig is also notable within this area. I should also have added Sir Warren as well. Let me get him up. Appearance. 3 and 3. So if anyone has a boss battle to cash in, now would be the time. Alright. So, Sir Amig is leading your convoy. He is the leader. At this point in time, who out of the two of you have the higher battle skill? What is your battle skill?
Got a battle score of 10.
10?
Mine's only 5.
Okay. So if that's the case, Sandpiper, you will be running the controls for the Conroy, okay? So you'll be effectively playing Sir Amig as well as your character, okay?
Okay. No pressure.
No pressure. All right. As you stand on the battlefield, your king, Uther Pendragon, stands at the center. At the front, he turns towards you. The group, his main fighting force. Knights of Logris. Today is the day that you show these bastard invaders who the real warriors are. They may stand tall, but they do not have the force we have. They do not have the pure, sheer power of the mighty warhorse, or the straightness of our spears. Nay, they sit upon that bank over there, watching us, praying to their pagan, filthy gods. You know what I just say to that? I say, we, men and women of the Cymric people, join together and show them what it means to take a bite out of Logris. Because if you take a bite out of Logris, we will carve a chunk out of you. Now, ride, my knights, ride, and show them what mistake, what foul decision-making they have. Do not let a single one escape your blades. There's a cry! Now, at the end of this, we're going to allow you to use your passion. What sort of passion would you like to inspire at the start of this battle? This is a decision to you two. What passion would you like to inspire?
I guess in this case, it would be homage to Lord Elric.
To King Ulrich, to King Roderick, Lord Roderick. Okay. So, homage. Nice. And what's your homage?
15.
Yep. Don't roll it just yet, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I gotta find out what your morale bonus is. Next, we have Dame Serena. What passion would you like to inspire?
I'm actually going to have to... I'm going to go with Loyalty Companion. Actually, I'll go Homage Lord.
Homage Lord as well? Nice! Now, because you guys picked the same homage, you'll get a bonus! So, tell me, what is your homage value?
15.
15. Nice. Nice. Now, I believe you get a plus 10 for picking the same homage, I believe. Now, you guys are going to have to bear with me for a bit, because the rules are a little bit fuzzy at the moment, because I'm kind of using two different editions. Because the actual battle rules consist of this booklet from the beginner's box. Passion for good coffee and cheap pastries. Well, if that is enough for you to ride into battle, sure. Alright. I gotta find the average value. I get a plus 5, so that's 35 divided by 2. Can someone beat me to it? I think that is, 17?
17 and a half. So it will round up to 18.
18. Wonderful. Now, with your morale at 18, you'll get a pick of a couple of different cards. Okay? Morale 18. So that's our morale bonus. That's what we start off. Next, we go into our intensity. I don't know what your intensity is at the moment because it doesn't tell me. Because intensity is a thing that came out in this one. But that's okay. Encounters and intensity. Okay. So the default encounter, which is what is the main thing you'll be fighting against, are Saxon warriors. Okay? Bless me. Saxon warriors are your average go-to unit that you'll be facing in this encounter. Okay?
Right.
So, you can always pick the Saxon warrior. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with a morale of 18... You know what? We're just going to start off with the Saxon warriors, I reckon. Yes, we're going to start off with the Saxon warriors. Now, because we are entering battle, I want you to roll me a Valorous, please. I want you to roll me another battle, this time for Sir Amig. Can you please do that for me, Sandpiper?
Yep, that's a success.
Perfect. That means you are able to participate in the first charge. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be able to charge onto the Saxon lines with your shields, with your spears or swords, or however you wish to do so. Next, we're going to need you to do your posture. Now, there are 3 different postures you can take. There's the Valorous posture, which is where the encounter is normal for 2 combat rounds. There's the Reckless posture, which allows you to fight 3 rounds, but you will lose 1d3 to your morale.
Yep.
You can pick the Prudent, which allows you to fight for 1 round. But you must choose a defense action in that round. So, in this case, I would recommend the Valorous round. The Valorous posture.
Yep. I'd go with that one. So what's those bonuses for the Valorous?
Perfect.
Or no bonus?
Wonderful. Next, we're going to invoke your passions. So can you please roll me your passion checks?
Yep.
Which is your homage lord.
That's a success.
Perfect.
Success here too.
Perfect. And how would you like to use that success? On what skill would you like to use that success?
Well, since we seem to be going into a fight, sword.
Sword? Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll also put it to sword here.
Perfect. Wonderful. With that is all your paperwork taken care of. You will increase your sword DC by 10.
Don't you mean 5? Because we success, not critical success.
Oh, yes, by 5, sorry. Yes, indeed. Alright, with that, with the sound of thundering hooves, you're going to meet in the middle, and the battle of Mearcred Creek begins. Now, there are going to be 2 Saxons that you must fight. So there's going to be 4 Saxons altogether that you're taking charge of. Luckily for you, you guys get the first hit because they are not on horses.
Mhm.
So, can both of you please roll me a charge? As you charge into battle, you'll get a bonus of +5 because they are all on foot. So you get a +5 against them as long as you are on a horse.
Okay, so that's a success then.
Yep.
Mine was also excess because of the bonus.
Perfect. You can successfully charge into two Saxons. So, as our opening move, can you please roll me damage against both of those Saxons?
And that's our sword damage?
No, that's your charge damage.
Charge damage.
I don't know what my charge damage is.
Your charge damage... Where's your horse?
I don't think my character...
There we go. Round C. You got 3d6.
Okay.
Sorry?
Okay, so... there's the horse.
Yep, you're going to start off with 3d6.
Yep, so 12 for Serena's horse.
12 damage against Saxon 3. Now, they are wearing 5 armor.
Horse?
Sorry?
Where's my horse supposed to be?
In your Squire
under
section?
Squire.
Yep. Alright, so as you dealt 12 points of... How much damage? 12 points of damage. It drops by 5 because they are wearing armor, which means you'll do 7 points of damage altogether.
Mine was also 12.
Wonderful. Saxon 1 is also going to take 7 points of damage.
I'm guessing we did not succeed the knockdown.
No, you do not.
That is fair enough. It was only 12.
Alright, now we go into combat officially. We have 2 Saxons as you are in the middle of the fray. They are raising up their battle axes and prepping their shields. 2 of them are going to take a slash. One of them is going to try to drag you off your horse, and the other one's going to try to slash at you as you're on the ground. So, that's what they're planning on doing. What are you planning on doing?
Plan? Slash the guy trying to pull Serena off her horse.
That would be the Saxon that you did not hit.
Yeah.
Now, are you fighting both Saxons at the same time, or are you just going to target one at a time, you two?
What would make more sense defensively?
Okay, so if that's the case, you're going to take a -5 against both opponents. But you'll be able to check both of them.
Yeah.
So you're going to take a slash at both of them?
So at the current moment, it would be negated because of the +5 bonus because of the whole passion thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can fight both of them at normal at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what she's going to do.
Wonderful. Alright. So Nigel, what's your plan?
I guess I'm also going to swing at both.
Yeah? Alright, nice. So, let's do some combat checks. Now, let's start off with Dame Serena, shall we?
Yep.
So, they're going to both roll their dice. One fails, you succeed. And then roll it again.
Okay.
One succeeds.
Serena, do you have your shield equipped?
I'm assuming there's a penalty for having it whilst on horseback.
There is.
Yeah. She probably She probably has it on her back, but not on the hand holding the reins.
Yep, easy done. Can you roll me another attack, Serena, please?
Yep. So base the arming sword.
Yes. If that's what you're using?
Yep. Did that? Okay, that didn't go through. I'll try that again. I'm just going to roll this manually and tell you if it.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, that's a success.
Since you got a high success, he gets a partial success. So, the first one, you managed to get a clean strike against the Saxon trying to pull you off the horse, okay?
Yep.
He does not manage to pull you off the horse. Can you roll me damage for the first Saxon?
Yep. 22.
22, take 5, will be 17, which is more than his knockdown, so he has to roll me a dex check. You knock one of these Saxons prone.
Okay.
The other one does a partial success, so he's going to take the brunt of your strike onto his shield. So can you roll damage again for me?
Damage this. Yep. 20.
20. As you strike, the Saxon gets immediately knocked out. He also drops to the ground. Good job.
Was that the one I ran over the horse?
Yeah, that was the one you ran over with the horse. All right. We are then going to move on to Sir Nigel.
Yeah, so Nigel also has his shield on his back at the moment.
Yeah, that's okay.
So we're rolling for the first Saxon.
Yes, you are. So the Saxon that's trying to get you off his horse. Get you off your horse.
Why did it
Just
not
roll
work?
it now normally.
Damn it.
Just roll it. Using the D20. There you go.
That's a success.
Yeah. Oh, that is a better
partial
success. You get a partial success. He gets a success. So what happens is, what he does, he tries to grab you and pull you off your horse, right? You do get pulled off your horse. However, you do not take damage as you fall down. You're able to control the fall. You land on your feet, your sword bare, ready to strike the second.
Yep.
He fails with his strike with his battle axe.
I succeed.
Wonderful. Roll me some damage against the second Saxon. The Saxon that you ran over with your horse.
That is a 12.
Yep. So he's going to take 7 points of damage. He's not looking great. Alright. So that's round 1 done. Now, because you're being valorous, that means you get 1 more round. As we go into round 2. There we go. Alright. What's your plan? Sir Nigel, you're on the ground. Your sword covered in the blood of the Saxon you just slashed at. The two smile with their axes drawn and their shields raised.
Since I know I don't quite have the time to reach for my shield, I grab my left hand to two-handedly wield my sword rather than one-handedly.
Not a problem. You going to take a slash at them?
Since it's a lot harder fighting them both at the ground at once, I'm gonna aim for the one that I've damaged twice so far.
All right, so you're not going to actively engage the second Saxon.
Yep, I no longer have the bonus from the passion, so it would be a -5.
Perfect. All right, make your strike.
Yep. That's a success.
Perfect. He is doing the same. That's a partial success.
Roll higher.
Yep. So he gets a partial success. So he manages to take the brunt of your strike onto his shield.
Yep. That's an 11.
He's going to take no damage as the full hit strikes his shield.
And
The
the
other
other
side.
person
Sorry.
attacks me unopposed.
Yes, the other one does attack you unopposed. A 2 is a success.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to roll a bunch of dice. How does 20 sound?
Okay, look.
So is 20 above your knockdown?
It is, so I will need to roll my dex.
Please do so.
That's a success.
Wonderful. You don't get dropped to the ground. Now, what is your armor?
Well, he does a total of 13.
Wonderful. Make that 13 on your wound. Make a new wound with 13. Meanwhile, Dame Serena, on the ground you have one Saxon unconscious, and the other one is also on the ground, but he's going to stand up. What are you going to do? You see Sir Theodred, Dame Elena fighting off a pair of Saxons themselves. Sir Nigel seems to be in a spot of trouble.
Well, the one that's unconscious is no longer a threat, and the other guy still has to get up. So Serena's going to come to the aid of Sir Nigel.
All right, riding over to Sir Nigel. You are unfortunately not able to charge, but as you move, the other two Saxons ready their blades against you. It seems that you're able to distract the two Saxons instead. So, the Saxon that you fell prone is going to stand up. And the two Saxons already did their strikes. So thus, we get to the end of the second round. We get to the end of the second round. Looking around you, I want you to roll me a battle check, the two of you.
Success.
That's actually a success.
Wonderful. It seems that the battle's not doing well. The battle's not going well in your favor. You seem to be getting pushed back slightly by the forces of the Saxons. However, as they push you back, as they push King Uther's army back, they themselves are taking a lot of damage as well. The ground is getting thick and muddy with the blood pouring into the ground. The sound of screaming men can be heard. The clashing of blades and steel, or blades and iron, ring through the air. Sir Amig looks around. We're gonna hold our ground here. We're gonna try to hold our ground. Take down this unit that we have in front of us.
Yes, sir.
We'll try to cover the retreat as much as possible.
These Saxons seem willing to throw away their own.
Yeah, we seem to be taking the brunt of it. Now, as you say this, you see a stray arrow hits Sir Amig in the shoulder and he falls back.
Does Serena say where this arrow came from?
Yeah. Over here. It seems the Saxons had the same idea as you did. They've set up archers over here as well on the banks of the dried up creek.
Okay. Not great.
No, not great at all. Your commander has been dropped. He snarls out in pain. You hear a snapping sound as he breaks the shaft of the arrow. What is your plan? You have three. The unit of Saxons that you're currently facing is still attacking you, and you're attacking them. But around you, you see the line beginning to falter.
Well, go with what Ceramic says and hold out to cover the retreat.
You're gonna hold out.
Yep.
So Nigel.
Yeah, I'll hold out. So Nigel, hearing the order, even though he knows he probably won't have time to attack this round, moves his hand away to actually pull his shield out to try to buy some more time.
Wonderful. Alright. Round 3. Fight! Saxon 4. A Saxon that you dropped prone is now standing. He rushes over you to try to finish the job. He raises up his axe, but he's unable to do anything this round because he rushed over to you. Meanwhile, the other two Saxons, there's going to be one Saxon for each of you. The one that dropped Sir Nigel is going to raise his axe as Sir Nigel brings out his shield to try to deflect the blow. Is there a particular thing you wish to do, Sir Nigel?
So I'm guessing this is me acting as a defense, as defending.
You can do whatever you wish.
Okay, so I had enough time to fully draw out my shield then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So since it's 2-on-2, so Nigel is just gonna single-handedly swing at the Saxon he's already injured.
Wonderful. Taking a slash at the legs of the Saxon you've already injured. Roll me your strike with a with an additional -2 because you're still on the ground.
I didn't fall.
You didn't? Oh, well then you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I succeeded the dex save.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. The no penalty. As you raise your sword, you attempt to strike the Saxon in front of you, who is also trying to strike you.
That's a fail.
That is a critical fail. As the Saxon brings down his axe, you bring your sword up to try to deflect the blow. You make a massive swing. The axe shaft splinters. Shards of wood goes everywhere. He looks down at the ruined remains of his axe. He's going to be weaponless until he finds another weapon. Please tick your sword skill for me, Nigel.
Gladly.
Alright, meanwhile, Dame Serena. The Saxon turns towards you, the uninjured one. He smiles at you, his teeth sharpened to points. His eyes glow red, reflecting the blood on the ground.
Serena's going to be staring sternly at this Saxon and take a nice swing at him.
Nice. He's going to do the same to you. So let us draw blades.
I'll do it manually.
Yep, that is a success for him.
And fail for Serena. Can I spend a hero point?
Yes, you can just spend a hero point. Give me your hero point. Nom 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 nom. And you can re-roll that dice.
Okay. 14 again.
The exact same thing.
Oh, well, the dice giveth and the dice taketh away. He's going to make a sizable strike against you. Did you have your shield out?
On horse, so no.
Okay. Alright. 24 points of damage, which I believe passes your knockdown, right?
Yeah.
Please roll me a dex save to make sure you don't get knocked off your horse.
Horsemanship.
Yep, so that's a 1 on the die.
That's a success.
And...
You
yeah.
stay on your horse.
It doesn't matter since she rolled a 1, but in the case on horseback, it's horsemanship, not dex save.
It's okay. Doesn't matter at this point in time. You remain on your horse. However, you get a sizable blow to the side of your leg. What is your armor? Without your shield, by the way.
Armor 7.
7. So 24 takes 7. That is going to be what?
17.
17? You're going to take 17 points of damage.
Isn't that a major wound?
Yep.
Oof. You feel the tendons in your legs are sliced. Blood, thick and porous, spills from your leg. You might have a bit of a limp for the next couple of weeks whilst it heals. Alright. Yep. We then go on to round 4.
Something ironic, if I stayed to holding my sword two-handing, I would have actually gotten a critical.
Oh, well, it happens. Alright.
And yes, for those watching, Nigel has a special penalty when he's wielding weapons one-handed.
Alright. We're going to go into round 4. Now, round 4, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Last card. Cause and effect. Number 4, huh? Oh, yes. Yes, I will give you an opportunity. Okay? The group of Saxons. The group of Saxons you're fighting currently disengaged, as quite a lot of their number are injured, and they hear a horn blow sounding. I'm going to play 2 plot twist cards. Moment of Glory and Cause and Effect. You see a small group of Saxons running with a bundle tied hand and foot. It appears to be a knight, but no regular knight. No. That would be too easy. The knight, bundled, gagged, is none other than this individual. Sir Maddock. It appears that he had been captured by the Saxons. As the group of Saxons you're fighting gather to try to get Sir Maddock off the field and back onto their side. Sir Amig, injured. Sir Warren with him. Theodred looks up and looks at the two of you. It's your call. What are we going to do?
Well, we can't just simply allow them to drag off one of our fellow knights, are we?
No. And not the prince. Well, yeah. He's not quite the prince, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Theodred offers his hand down to you, Sir Nigel. Let's get you on a horse. We need to charge into that.
Right.
He lifts you to the back of his horse. He tells you to grab a spear.
So Nigel puts his shield and sort of way, seeing how drastic things are, takes a sigh. At the back of Salisbury says, "Please don't hate me for this." As he actually reaches out his shield and for the first time in front of others, wields his spear with his left hand.
Nice. Serena?
Yep. She's going to ready her sword and get ready to charge.
Wonderful. And on that note, we'll finish tonight's game. How are you guys going?
Good. I enjoyed it.
Good game?
Yep.
Wonderful. That's what I like to hear. We're going to do a quick round table. Now, a round table in this instance, in this context, not King Arthur's round table, not just yet, but in this context, a round table is basically just letting us know how the party went, what their favorite part of the game was, and how they're feeling with the overall vibe of the game. So we're going to start off in the opposite order of how we started tonight. We're going to start off with the player Caddison, who played Sir Nigel. How'd you go for tonight?
I think I did better than I expected to.
Yeah?
I guess part of my favorite moments was just noticing how actually compared to the last session with Better Mind, Sir Nigel was more than willing to actually go with Sir Rowan to the tavern.
Yeah.
That's showing a bit of the difference there. And also just out of nowhere coming to basically tackle down the leveraging man.
Hello, Rock Protector. Guess what? I'm afraid we're about at the round table part. You're welcome to hang out with us and listen to how the party's felt about tonight's game, though. You're more than welcome to. Also, can we get a shout out for the incredible Rock Protector? Right. Yes. Any other favorite parts, Caddison?
Not that I can particularly think, besides the combat, not too much happened this time around.
Right.
But still, just the fact that Sir Nigel was literally just supposed to be doing his round near the camp, and at the edge, he just appears out of nowhere. He just tackled the escapee. I'm just curious how he actually ended up there.
Sometimes don't worry about it. Sometimes I have the amazing superpower of placing characters where I want them to be at any given time. That is the almighty power of the GM.
Yep.
Next, we have the player who plays Dame Serena. Sandpiper, how'd you go for tonight?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. Did you have any favorite moments?
See the training session between her and Jonathan.
Yeah.
And also have to say the battle.
Yeah. What about the battle specifically?
Just sort of the fact that, yes, the player characters are winning, but that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the battle is going well.
Yes, the battle seems to be not well in your favor. Like I said, Uther's forces seem to be getting pushed back, but the Saxons are taking a large amount of losses to do so. And I should mention that these rounds are about an hour each. So you have currently fought for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Roughly. So you've fought for a while. Yeah. But yes. Any other favorite parts?
And probably also the interception by Nigel.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I liked that too.
Yeah, I just imagine Nigel getting slightly paranoid about something, followed around, and they just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, my thought is just he mentioned that even though it doesn't look like it, he actually mentioned this business activities to the others and so Nigel was also told to follow. He's just further behind.
Alright. With that out of the way, let's do all the self-promo stuff. For example, hi everyone, I'm Matt, also known here as All Things Fantasy, and you can find me at a range of different places. The most important place you can find me is at the All Things Fantasy Discord, where you can keep up to date with all things Fantasy. Next thing is we also have the Patreon stuff, which you can get a bunch of cool maps from. I think I recently just put up like a bunch of goblin maps up there, so make sure you check that out if you're interested. We also have a YouTube where these Pendragon games are going online. What else do I have? I have a Twitter, which I don't actively use. The Patreon is there as well. I want to thank my friends who are also streamers. I'd like to thank Realm of Russ. I'd like to thank Dead Aussie Gamer. I'd like to thank Laura Bones. Just a bunch of people. Make sure you just follow all the links that are spamming in chat. We have a dice shop which is run by the incredible Jasmine, who does teacup candles and dragons. So if you're interested in getting yourself a teacup candle or a plushy dragon, like Yvain over here, like she dish my vein, good girl. Yvain over here, make sure you head on over to Dragons and Dice. Next time I am live. Oh, that's a tricky one, my friends. It's a very tricky one. What day is it today? Sunday? Yeah, you might be able to catch me live on the Dead Aussie Gamer channel on Fridays at around 11 o'clock Australian Eastern Time, where I play Navander, the Ranger, where he has to keep Sandpoint together and protect Sandpoint. And then at 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Time, join Sandpiper and I as we play Rise of the Runelords in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, where I, the GM, get to destroy Sandpoint. So it's really odd. So 1 minute, 1 hour, I'm protecting it. The next hour, I'm destroying it. The dice giveth, the dice taketh away. Isn't that right, guys?
Oh, I guess that's also was another highlight. Serena using her Pyrrha point to re-roll to get the exact same result.
Oh yeah, I felt really bad about that. But once again, that's the unfortunateness of the hero point. What else? Make sure you head on over to the Discord, because that's where we'll keep up to date with a bunch of stuff. We are approaching Christmas time, and as someone who celebrates Christmas, it's about to get real busy real soon. So keep up to date with the Discord to see what is happening when. Have I missed anything? Did I get it all? Pretty sure I got it all. Do I have? Let me check the links in the chat. The Discord, the YouTube, Patreon, Dungeons and Dice, Dead Aussie Gamer, Realm of Russ, Laura Bones. I think I got everything. Yeah, I think I got everything. If that's the case, we're gonna go raiding. We're gonna go send some birds over to Initiative Roll RPG, who appears to be playing a tabletop game. I believe so. Delta Green by the looks of it. So we're gonna head on over to them and send them some birds. As we head on over, what do we do, my friends?
We open the cage and release the birds.
That's right. If you have access to the bird raid emotes, make sure you spam that in their chat. If not, any bird emotes shall do the trick. I'm trying to make sure I get the spelling right, because the amount of time I've sent people on random locations, it's hilarious. Roll RPG. Let's see if this works. Alright. Yes, let them know to release the birds if you don't have any bird emotes. And from everyone here at All Things Fantasy, I'd like to thank Laura Bones for the resub and Rock for the raid. Yeah. And with that out of the way, from everyone here at All Things Fantasy, from me to you, have fun. And we shall see you next time. Good night, my friends.